Hi Gemini, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is your November shift reading. So we are shifting into Scorpio season. This is a deep dive, all right? This is a deep dive into the underworld. Things that have been buried beneath, the things that we don't often see are now rising up for us to meet. They are rising up so that we can transform through that journey down to the depths. All right, it is emotional depths, it's magical depths, the veil is thin. Here we are. So for these readings, I typically pull cards. I'm pulling from the Mary L in Scorpio season, and I typically pull cards for the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shift looks like. But for this month with Scorpio season, it feels a little extra, and I'm feeling like the shift is actually, especially with a Mercury retrograde, what is coming up from beneath, right? What is coming up from the underworld and how that is going to shift you over the next month. So that's what we're pulling for today, Gemini. Before we get started, I do want to tell you about the meditation that came through for you. Really specific image. I saw a cartoon, and in this cartoon was a black arrow jumping through waves. Yes, an arrow, like an arrow. It's a cartoon, go with it. Jumping through waves like a dolphin. The waves were pretty intense, very dark. The water was very dark, and there was a storm going. And yet this arrow, which felt like your energy, Gemini, was just like, nope, we're keeping it joyful. We're just keeping it joyful. We're going to keep at the surface. We're, like the arrow, I think the arrow showed up as a symbol because it's showing me that you're wanting to keep your energy up. You're wanting to keep things, it's almost like a dog paddling at the surface, like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. It was very much that sort of puppy energy almost. Wanting to stay at the surface, wanting to keep moving up, keep moving up. But I think there's something about Scorpio season here that is actually pulling the energy down just a little bit. Let's pull cards and see what your invitation is here, Gemini. So first we're going to pull cards. I'll do a quick shuffle for you. I know some of you like that. The first card I'm asking about for Gemini is, what is coming up from the underworld for you, Gemini? Here we go. What is coming up from the underworld for Gemini this Scorpio season? What is coming up from the underworld for Gemini? Interesting. The Six of Discs. Balance. Reciprocity. Equality. Especially in the material realm. Interesting. How is that shifting, Gemini, this season? One more. Thank you. Reverse. It's retrograde season. Here we are. Okay, Gemini. So how is the Six of Pentacles shifting things for you? 10 of Cups reversed, 9 of Cups reversed, Page of Wands reversed. I just wanted to show you that. But I'll show you what they look like in uprights, just so that you can see the cards. I love the Marielle. What I got from this actually, so all of this energy in reverse is speaking to me of that retrograde energy, which is reevaluate, rethink, reconsider. And I'm feeling here something about reconsidering what you want. There's something here about reconsider, is this really what I want? I'm feeling that really strongly with the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups in the tarot, you know, you can see this monkey here, this being is quite satisfied. It talks about emotional fulfillment. Interesting too that we've got the Scorpion down here. Check that out. Love that. And holding the key to what you want, the key to what you desire, to wish fulfillment, as many folks will say. And the 10 of Cups here is happiness. It is a sense of happiness. It's a culminating sense of happiness with the 10, because we're at an ending. Something is culminating, something is coming to a head. And you can see in this card, it's such an interesting 10 of Cups because we've got a release. This person, the skeleton being, is holding a skeleton child. Focus, please. And is releasing something here. Releasing a cup. Releasing a cup. It seems to me, honestly, like a sacrifice of something. You're sacrificing something to pursue what you actually want. I think that's a larger energy that's playing out for you. And then this Mercury retrograde, you're actually getting a chance to reevaluate and reconsider and see things in a different way, so that you can actually make an informed decision here on what is right for you and what you really want and what you want to passionately pursue and put your effort into. Page of Wands, one of my favorite Page of Wands ever. Look at that creative abundance. Artistic, creative fire. And the question is here, not only, you know, and it's all of this like passionate pursuit, emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness, all of these, this pursuit of these dreams for you, they're all being weighted down in Scorpio season by balance. There's something here about, okay, you're passionate about this thing, but does it bring you balance on the earth plane? You know, does it actually balance you in a concrete, palpable way? Is it actually reciprocal? Does it feel the same way? You know, does it return the favor to you? Does it replenish you? Really interesting, Gemini. Really interesting read. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. I'm just getting this sense of you, especially with this 10 of Cups and the Ace. This is the cycle completing, a cycle, an emotional cycle completing and a new one beginning. There's something here about you know, with the skeletons, you're releasing a dream. I think you're releasing a dream that you have held dear and nurtured and cared for like a child, you know. It feels to me like you're releasing that. It has taken you, with the horse, it has taken you as far as it can take you. And now it's time to release that in Scorpio season. Okay? Release that in order to allow something new to begin to gestate, being drawn to the abdomen here. Something new. Something new is forming now. And the hand over the heart, this snake Scorpio energy transforming. It's like something new it's almost like these wings are just opening. Something new is beginning to peek through that I don't think you would have realized had you not gone through, and I'm speaking a little in retrospect here. I'm jumping into the future. Had you not gone through this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio that's coming up, had you not had this shift, this reevaluation, this shift in perspective, this moment of pause to really see and evaluate and measure all of these ideas of what you think your happiness is, measure all of that by this. By a very grounded, practical, palpable reciprocity, equality, you would not have gotten to this. And I don't know what this is for you, Gemini. So let's bring this back to the meditation a little bit. Something about you wanting, I'm getting it, okay? That's this energy. That's this energy of you're wanting to keep it up here. No. This is what I want. This is good. This is me. This is for me. No, this is the right thing for me. You're wanting to keep it all up here because this is the dream that you've been nurturing for a while now. And I say that because we're at the 9 and the 10 towards the end of the suit. No, this is right. This is it. But there's this message from your soul, Page of Wands. There's this message from your soul that's like, hold on though. Is it? And your soul's like, yeah. No, this is it. But your soul's also like, well, hold on. Is that actually what's happening though? Is that actually what's happening in the 3D realm? And the monkey's like, okay. Okay, what do you want me to do with that? You know, it's sort of this like a little bit petulant, frustrated energy, which I can really relate to. And sort of this like, okay, well, dang, I thought that's what I was gonna do. Now what do you guys want me to do now? You know, like, well, where am I going now? Okay, that's sort of what I'm feeling. But that's the spirit of Mercury retrograde. That's what it's all about. It's like, you can't, you're the arrow wanting to go up, up, up. 10 of Cups energy, wanting to go up, up, up towards happiness, emotional fulfillment, achievement, pursuit of my dreams. But it's like, dude, you can't deny reality, what's happening, which is like there's a storm and the waters are kind of rough and dark, and they're sort of pulling you down in this way, down energy. And I think here that's manifesting as like pulling you out of all this water and fire and down to earth for a second to help you evaluate from this perspective. Yeah, I think that's what's happening here. And then I think emotionally something new is opening up for you. A new door is opening up. Really interesting. So we're going to take this into the extended. I am going to get you a little Mercury retrograde card here. Card from Octus Spawn. Very sarcastic, cheeky deck. Totally a Scorpio season energy. But as I shuffle here, I'm going to keep pulling cards. I'm going to pull clarifiers to see what this is all about, you know, because this is a very general energy right now. Still helpful, but pretty general. So I want to get a little more specific in the extended and see if I can get into what is it that you think you want versus what is Scorpio season trying to bring you down to earth about. And then what is this Ace of Cups? What is this new beginning, new direction, potential new energy coming in relating to your heart space? So we're going to pull a card for you specifically for Mercury retrograde from this deck. So specifically, what is the message for Gemini for Mercury retrograde? Interesting. Okay, so we got put a spell on it. And actually what I'm getting here is mostly about the hands. These two hands coming up and they're going like this. With eyes in the middle of the hands. See that? And that feels like that Mercury retrograde energy to me of like, stop and see, right? Stop and look. Look with, oh wow, that's interesting because that's the energy I was feeling from the Six of Pentacles, which is look with your hands. See with your hands. See with what you can touch, feel, what's actually happening in reality around you. And that will be a key for you. And it's also interesting because, you know, put a spell on it. What I think of when I think of that is sort of like, put your intention towards it and walk away. You know, like, okay, clearly state, this is something that I desire. This is something that I'm interested in pursuing. And then walk away from it energetically. Say, I'm going to put this in the hands of the universe. If this is in my highest good and greatest joy, it will come to be. I trust that. I trust that I can't miss what's meant for me. I think I got that from Lindsay Mack. I can't remember. I can't miss what's meant for me. So you know what? I'm going to put a spell on it and walk away. Put my intention into this and then give it some space. So that could be what this Mercury retrograde is really telling you, to put your intention into it and then give it up to the fates, give it up to God, give it up to the universe, and above all, give it some space. I'm going to share with you something here before we close out. I'm a very mercurial human, as Geminis are, okay? I have we are both ruled by Mercury in our chart. I'm Virgo. So I spend a lot of time in this headspace, as many Geminis do as well. So you might be able to relate. And recently, I was sent on a bit of a wild goose chase one day, and I just had this like really weird day where at the end of the day, I was like, okay, wow, y'all, I feel like you sent me on this mission for nothing. And then a friend suggested to me, maybe they were just trying to get you out of their hair. And I was like, oh shit. You know, like maybe my constant probing and asking and questioning and wondering and is actually, you're taking up the energy of your guides. Okay, if you subscribe to this worldview, then go with me on it. You're actually taking up the energy of your guides where they're like, okay, cool. We know what you want. How about you leave us alone and let us go do it for you? You know, like, why don't, like, busy yourself with other things? Why don't you cook a meal? You know, why don't you go to the gym? Why don't you go do something else? Put a spell on it and walk away. Let us then do the unseen magic that you cannot do, no matter how much you focus, no matter how much your intention is, no matter how much you want it. There's a certain amount of magic that you cannot do. Leave it to the unseen. So I had to learn that lesson recently, and I'm sure I'll have to learn it again. And so maybe that is helpful to you. All right, Gemini, I'm going to take it into the extended. If you're into it, stick around. There'll be a little clip at the end here so you can get a preview of that, see if it's resonating for you. And if it is, click the link below. That's going to take you to Patreon. Patreon is where you can view the extended for the monthly shift readings. All right, so you can have all the information over there for how to join that community and view that extended. If you have questions, reach out to me. I'm here. All right, Gemini, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Fertility, at least from a Chinese medicine point of view, would be to bring the body into balance in some way. See what is currently energetically, physically imbalanced, and bring that into homeostasis. And I'm talking about balance because I'm talking about the Six of Pentacles. It's all about balance and reciprocity. So whether this is physical, literal for you, or talking about relationships, jobs, projects, whatever that is, whatever it is not going to grow on this earth plane without balance and reciprocity. You know, it takes two to tango, two equal parties, two people equally invested, two energies equally invested in order to grow something, to bring something to life here. I'm being drawn also to the nervous system here being highlighted.